Hi, in this video I'll show you how you can solve an assignment if a client take an annuity loan. Here is an example, and of course this example you can transfer to other assignments. The assignment is that Peter has borrowed a $250,000 kroner in the bank, and the interest rate is 6% per year. The loan must be repaid over 7 years with a fixed annual amount. And then the first part of the assignment is to show that the annual repayment is 44,783 kroner. And the second part is to determine the balance immediately after the fifth payment. So to show or to find the annual repayment, you need the formula for this. On my homepage you can find it in the section Manuals, English, and then you go to Math and Physics, and then you can find it as type of loans. You can also find it in a fast way by using the search field. Yeah, here you have the document, and then I go down to annuity loan, the formula for annuity loans, and here you can find the formula you should use. It's an annuity payment, and I'll take a print screen of this. So now I have my formula. First of all, I give this document a title, loan, annuity loan. I'll make it the font a little bit bigger and bold. So now I'll make the input fields so the client can make the input here. And I know that the A0, the start depth, is 250,000 kroner. So I could name it start depth, and the name is A0 equal to and it was 250,000 and the unit kroner. Then I have the interest rate, yeah, and that is 6% per year. I'll come back to this, how to format this cell. Then the next, that's the number of periods. And I have 7 periods. Yeah, that's it. Then I'll format the cells, and I right click on the cells and go to format cells and choose the tab number. Now I have the Danish settings here, but I hope it's okay. And I go to number and choose 2 decimals. And the interest rate, that is given in percent, so I right click, go to format cells, choose percent, and click OK. And now it think it's 600%, so I had to make the input again as 6%. And the number of periods I just leave. Now I can calculate the payment, the annuity payment. Annuity payment, and that's given by the name PA equal to Yes. I use this formula here, and it said the annuity payment is to take the start depth. So now I can make the formula here in cell C7. And each time you use a formula, you need to start with the equal sign. And then I take A0, which is the start depth, and then multiply it with the nominator, which is the interest, which is C4, and then divide it by the denominator. And I'll add a bracket here. So divided by, and then the start bracket, and then it's 1 minus, and then a start bracket, 1 plus the interest, which was C4, and bracket end, and then power minus n, which is the number of periods, so go to C5, and then bracket end, and enter. Now it thinks this is in percent, so I need to, I don't know why it's like this, but I format cells and go to number and the unit is kroner. Yeah, that was the first assignment. We should show that the annual repayment is 44,783 kroner. So I can highlight this result, and this is the answer for question A. Then the next question is, what is the balance immediately after the fifth payment? So I need to make a scheme. The first column I name payment number. I have used the abbreviation PMT, payment number, and the next one is the start principal. The next column, the interest rate, and the next column, the repayment, and the interest, and a column named payment, and finally a column named balance. Yes. So this is the header of my table, and then I have here the payments, and I have totally 7. So payment 1 and payment 2, and then I can mark off this and drag it down. Then it counts to number 7. I know the start principal here, or the start depth, is 250,000 kroner. I know the interest rate is equal to C4, so it's 6%. I also know the payment for each payment, the payment for each period is equal to 44,000 kroner, so I can say equal to, and then I can go up to C7. Now I can calculate how much the interest is, because the interest for this period must be equal to the start principal multiplied with the interest rate. So the interest for the first period is 15,000 kroner. Now I can calculate how much the repayment of the loan is, because this is equal to the total payment for the period minus the interest. So now I know that I pay off 29,000 kroner of the loan in the first period. The balance after the first payment is equal to the start principal, and then take care, because you could think it's the start principal minus the payment, but that's not the truth. The balance is the start principal minus the repayment. the interest you pay to the bank, that's the price for the loan. So it's the start principal minus the repayment. So now I have the new balance, which is 220,216 kroner. This balance, new balance, is my new start principal for the next payment. So I go down to cell B11, and that is equal to G10. So this is my new start principal. So now I can soon drag down the cells, but if I drag down, for instance, the interest rate, you'll see if I drag it down, then it went bad. I need to explain Excel that this is the fixed value of C4. So I go to this cell, and then I go here in the formula field, and then I press F4, and then you'll see it add dollar signs. Dollar sign indicate that now the cell is locked. And then I can drag it down, and you see now it's a constant. I'll wait a little to drag it down. Yeah, the repayment, that's okay, and the interest is also okay. The payment is also a constant, so I need to lock this. So I go up and press F4, and again, then you see the dollar signs. So now this is also a constant. Now I can drag down the first part here. I'll not take the entire row, because I know this new start principal is the balance for the first payment. So I'll only drag this part down. And now I can take the entire row and drag down like this. And now you see the control. The final balance should of course go to 0. Means we don't have any more debt. Now I'll use 2 decimal all over. So I'll mark up this and right click and use format cells and choose 2 decimals. Then I need to answer the question, and it said determine the balance immediately after the 5th payment. So here it must be 82,106 kroner and 21 øre. I highlight this. So this is how I could answer an assignment look like this. Thank you.